Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
It
To
is.
think that you could have a dead worm in your, or worse yet, a live worm, I suppose, in your brain.
Yeah.
All right. Again, now I have even more questions. So, all right, let's see here. You've already addressed my very obvious question: is where the heck are we getting these parasites? So it sounds to me like this is not something exotic. It's not when I
Mm,
travel to a rainforest somewhere on a retreat and then I come back and I have worms. I
right.
could just be. I live on a farm. I suppose that's
Have a
automatically going to
pet.
put me at high risk. I have not only do I have a pet, I've got a whole house full of pets. Yes, I have
Yeah.
livestock. I have chickens. So where am I picking these up? You mentioned all the things I love. I'm in fact
Mhm.
tonight it's date night. I'm going to our finest steakhouse in
Nice.
all of Wilmington here, and I'm going to have probably unless you talk me out of it, a big bloody chunk of steak. But the salmon, the sushi, the meat. Now, is it possible? Am I at risk if I go to this fine dining establishment, get a steak rare or maybe medium rare? Is what's my risk there of picking up a parasite? Am I safe there, or is that how does that work?
Well, it's not any establishment's fault. It's the
Right,
animal
right.
itself, right? I think people kind of tend to go, "Oh, well, my fish that I bought from Trader Joe's or I bought from Whole Foods," because I do a lot of those videos,
And it
it's
was
their
wild
fault.
caught, right?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
their fault. It's just unfortunately we're in an environment now where there's a lot of toxins. And so where we used to be able to push these out by eating the correct anti-parasitic foods with this particular type of food that is susceptible to having parasites, it's just a normal part of Mother Nature. And I think because Western medicine cultures like ours, we don't think that we can get them because we're a first world country. Unfortunately, that is so not true. And I feel like that indoctrination, because it is, we're a little bit indoctrinated by Western medicine thinking that there's a pill for everything and that if you eat it, that because we're in America or in other countries like Canada and Australia, those are our top three countries that we sell the most parasite cleanse kits to, are those three
Hmm.
countries, that it's never going to happen to them. There's like a few things you can unpack from what I'm saying as well. Like maybe you did go to another country like Mexico and you come back a few months later and you don't feel well. You probably caught a parasite and it just hadn't hatched and you hadn't made your body inhospitable to a point where it was dormant. Now all of a sudden 2 months later you're like, "Oh, I feel like trash." And you don't know why, and you go to your doctor and you mention that you went to Mexico, and in their mind, because this is the way they've been trained, they're like, "Oh, well, you didn't come back feeling like that." Well, you don't have to come back feeling like that in that moment. Or even if you eat something that is contaminated, you might go, "Oh, I didn't feel very good in those moments," but then they kind of dug down, right? Because they live in our blood, our tissue, and our muscle, not just our gut. So they can migrate all over the place. And that's why I do this all day, every day to talk about it. Because if you are having crazy symptoms, like during the full moon, a flare, itchy butt, hair loss, skin issues, you have a parasite. I mean, bottom line, you have a parasite. If you are inflamed during the full moon, that's when they're heightened and something's going on with you. And so it's so easy now because I've been so loud the last 4 years to be able to go to a doctor who we actually have in our link tree. You can email us. So many doctors now that are actually like educating themselves about this. And so there's a different way now that you can actually treat yourself without, this is not medical advice, without needing to involve someone to believe you, right? So
Hmm.
it just takes one time of eating it. It just takes one time of your dog going outside and licking its butt or eating another dog's poo, which they do, and or drinking out of a puddle and then coming and licking you because they're microscopic. It just takes one time for you to eat a contaminated piece of salmon that wasn't fully cooked. And salmon's the worst, to be honest with you. And it's probably just because we can see it since salmon's pink and most fish is white. So it's harder to see the parasites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You're painting a pretty grim picture
I'm
here.
sorry.
That's all right.
I do it with a
So
smile, Kevin.
I got it. I got it. I love it. Well, I'm glad it's better to be educated than not educated. So basically, my undercooked meat, which I'm a huge fan of, my
Yep.
salmon, which because it's healthy and I'm a nutrition coach, I not only do I eat it, but I
Mhm.
tell my clients to
Totally.
eat it. Come on, sushi. Come on, rare steak. Right. I love my pets. I've told you I got 3 dogs in the house, and in
Hmm.
fact, right now there's 5 because I dog sit my daughter's 2 dogs. We live on a farm, so these dogs are always out, and they're eating all kinds of poop, and who knows what they're out there doing. So, what is the prevalence then? Let's say here in the U.S., what is the prevalence? How many of us have? I suppose the chances are high that I have parasites. Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Around 95% of us.
Around 95.
That's, and
Wait,
that,
95% of the people you're saying?
yes, we've never parasite cleansed. And we've
No,
just
we
kept
don't.
our head in the sand. So, statistically, if you want exact statistics, which a lot of people like the exact statistics, the CDC says that 60 million Americans have parasites in their body. Now, That's a lot, right? There's what, 330, 350 million
It's a
people in
lot.
the
Any way you
United
look at it.
States.
Yep.
However, I'm not one of those numbers and I have tested positive. And the reason why I'm not one of the 60 million is because my test had to go to Mexico because LabCorp, which is our insurance, that's where you
Hmm.
go for labs. They actually are the ones that report that over to the CDC. And so if it's negative because they didn't see it, then it's not included in that 60 million.